Good afternoon. You are here for the final installment of Better Together. And after the new year, we will try to also put these back on the TV channel. So if you hear people asking, you can view them on the portal, but for those who don't want to click on the link or can't use the portal, we will try to also play them on 1341. But today we have grounds, maintenance, and housekeeping. So Tom is going to kick it off for us, but if the fire alarm sounds, please remain seated. We will use the stairs to exit safely outside and get to a red pole. So thank you for being here, and Tom will take questions at the end of his session, and then we'll go to Ron after that. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to talk about the landscape department here at Springmore. And hopefully there'll be some useful information for you, some fun facts, some audience participation. There'll be a question and answer at the end of my speech. And there's a public service announcement in there too. Well, as I said, here's how you can reach me. My office phone is 919-848-7571. My email is tommorgan@springmore.org. And you can put a note in my bin at the front desk down there at the South Village. Oh, here we go. Okay, these are the items that I've nailed down to my department. I put them in 5 broad categories, and then what I'll do is list them and go over them real quickly, and then I'll go over them more thoroughly a little bit later on. So we have what I call Parks and Recreation. I'm responsible for the putting green, the croquet court, shuffleboard court, swimming pools, and Heart Smart trails. Category 2 is contract enforcement. It's with Carolina Outdoor Trees, the name of the company we deal with. They've been under contract since 2019 and various other projects since 2002. You see all the things that they're responsible for. Category 3 is hardscaping, concrete repairs, road paving, signage, traffic painting. Category 4 is inclement weather. That includes hurricane preparedness, ice and snow removal. In Category 5, landscape architecture, planting design, tree identification, consultation with residents, vegetable plots, greenhouse, irrigation troubleshooting and repair, garden art, and water features. Okay, as I mentioned, we have a putting green. It's at the North Campus. And it was first artificially turfed in 2004, and then we expanded it in 2019. And residents meet 2 times a week for matches, and you can find that schedule in the pathways. We have a bocce ball and croquet court that I'm responsible for. It was built in 2008. We made some additions in 2016. And that's located by South Dining. Shuffleboard court, that's located by the North Pool. I try to resurface it every 5 to 7 years. Swimming pools. We have 2 pools and 1 spa. The wellness pool is 33,000 gallons, and the spa is 1,300 gallons. And they're all the pools and spa are salt chlorinated. The Wellness Center pool and spa were put in 2013. And the North Pool was 10,000 gallons, and that was built in 1987. Water testing is done for your safety twice a day by myself as a licensed CPO, and I'll do the readings in the morning, and then our pool contractor comes in the afternoon and does the afternoon readings. Now, swimming pools are pretty dangerous places, but they can be fun and recreational as well. So we ask if you do use them, please follow the rules. And here's the public safety announcement. The wellness pool will be closed on December 29th through the 31st because we're going to resurface the interior of the spa. Okay, we have Heart Smart Trails. Those were put in spring of 2006. The North Trail, as you can see here, is a mile long, and the one down here at South Village is a half mile long, and they can be found by these markers that I put out every eighth of a mile. And then you can get a copy of a map in the administration building if you so wish to use the trails. Okay, Category 2, contract enforcement. Begins in January with holly tree pruning. We try to keep them off the windows and the balconies and the buildings. Shrub pruning is done 3 times a year. March and February, we do severe pruning. Then in June, we'll do summer prunings for the gardenias and azaleas after they bloom. And then finally, in the fall, one more last time is needed. Again, Carolina Outdoor Tree is our contractor. They do lawn mowing, lawn edging, lawn fertilization, lawn reseeding in September, and leaf blowing. They also do pine straw application and triple shredded mulch. Those are both done in January. The city of Raleigh required us in 2009 to add the triple shredded mulch around the east and west apartments because of the wood structures there. Now the campus is 43 acres in area, and I average about 250 to 300 requests a year. So to keep a handle on things, I've broken it into 4 work zones. And we try to do a work zone each week, or 1 to 2 work zones each week. Zone 1 is the administration and Stewart Health Center. Zone 2, houses and villas. Zone 3, east and west apartments. And Zone 4 is South Village. Okay, Category 3, hardscaping. Do the concrete repairs. All the sidewalks are inventoried in January and July. And we repair the 5 to 10 worst every quarter. Road paving is part of it. Every 2 to 3 years, we'll do a section of roadway. Signage. We do stop signs, the speed signs, and the handicap signs and the no gun signs. Traffic painting, curb cuts, speed bumps, parking stripes, and directional arrows. Okay, Category 4, inclement weather. On day 1, we'll wait till the storm has passed. And then when it's about an hour out from Raleigh, I'll call the crew, and they'll come in and we'll do the priority 1 areas, such as the employee walks and parking, Stewart Health Center, administration, and the food service docks. This is a typical house and villa treatment. We'll cut you a path from the front door and get you to the street so that the buses can pick you up for lunch and dinner, if you so wish. Here's a typical apartment treatment. Again, we'll get you from the entry doors out to past the cars. On day 2 on is usually we're dealing with freeze and thaw, so it's mainly salt application at that time until the weather gets mild again. Okay, landscape architecture, 5th category. I'm involved in a lot of the project designs. This is the 2005 plan I did for South Village at the portico. You can see the brick wall there and the pond and waterfall. There's the portico. And when I design something for Springmore, I try to design for year-round interest and beauty. You'll see the witch hazels and camellias bloom in the wintertime, In the spring, you'll see the azaleas, of course. Summer, we have the annual flowers that we sprinkle around and some of the flowering shrubs. And then fall, we try to install trees and shrubs that have brilliant fall color. Now, you've seen a lot of these plaques probably around campus. These are for special trees to help identify them. It'll have the common name and then the botanical name. Okay, here's the audience participation part. Can you say that name right there? On the count of three, Liquidambar stericifila. Anybody? Anybody know what that is? That's the gumball tree. Yes, who said that? Hey, you get a prize. Okay. Those, we're really trying to eradicate those from the campus. They're not a desirable tree. But I just like the name, how it flows. And since 1998, we've installed 2,059 shrubs, 191 trees, and 1,300 some odd ground covers. Okay, I do a lot of consultation with residents. I have a program that has 18,000 plants on it. And what I can do is, what I like to do is talk to you residents and say what you like and dislike. And then what I'll do is provide them with a sketch like this of how it could look like. And if they like it, they can do it or we can do it for them. And then there's the vegetable plots. We have 24. The plots were opened in March of 2001, March 21st. And the landscape, I till the beds, and the residents are required to keep up the plots themselves. There are 5 plots available, and you can call me at 7571 if you want to reserve one. And there's a shed for tools. We have a greenhouse. It's located just past the Springs and West Apartments. And I work with resident volunteer Sally Neal with that. We ask that you limit your plants to 2 to 3 plants if you use it because of the room constrictions in there. And label your plants with your name on it and address. Irrigation, or as I like to call it, landscape irritation. Our system is operational from March till December. It operates from Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from midnight to 6 a.m. I check it twice a month for leaks such as broken sprinkler heads. You see that right there? And that one there. And then after I check it, if there are repair issues, I do those in-house. But for the major repairs, such as this broken main pipe here, Carolina Outdoor Tree does those. This was broken by a tree root that had grown around it. Cracked it right in half and looked like a trout stream out there. Garden art, we have what's known as the Tattoo Wolf that was purchased in 2002 by Judd Ammons and it's been at Springmore since April of 2002. And the proceeds went to protecting or helping to encourage the red wolf populations here in North Carolina. And the reason, I don't know if you've gotten up close to him, but the reason he's called the Tattoo Wolf is he's got, you'll find Romulus and Remus on it, the 3 little pigs, and there's a full moon on him somewhere, probably back there. And then Little Red Riding Hood, Romulus and Remus, and the NC State Wolf. And then we have the Beowulf, and that's over at the Wellness Center across the street at South Campus. It's called the Beowulf because of it's a mixture of Celtic mythology, and it's a computer program. It was donated in 2015 by a resident's son who is a computer programmer. And if you look at the symbols, it's got all the symbols for Celtic mythology and computers. That's supposed to be the circuitry, I guess. Okay, water features. We have the garden room. Clayton Courtyard has a little pond in it. South Village portico. The Knott Garden. And finally, the wellness area has a little pond tucked in the corner there. Okay, finally, conclusion. Main goals are to maintain the campus in a safe manner for residents, visitors, and staff, and designed for four-season, year-round interest in color. Any questions? Okay.
I don't have a question, I have a comment.
Sure.
And I just want to say that one of the factors that we chose Springmore was because of the landscaping. And just enjoy it so much, and it's very, very important to us. The back of our house where we moved from was trees, just trees, no homes, anything. And this just reminded us so much of that. And it just was very important to us. And I want to thank you and all your workers very much for what you provide us.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's good to hear. And that helps with the wellness and well-being out here, I'm sure. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? If you think of one later, he's sticking around. You can always ask another question later. But now we will turn it over to Ron.
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Good, good. Thanks for answering. Good. I am not as cool as Tom. I don't have a slideshow for you, but I'm going to go over exactly what we do here at maintenance. My name is Ron Plezak. I'm the new maintenance director here at Springmore for the last 2 months. Took on a pretty heavy role, but I appreciate you guys working with me, and I've loved meeting each one of you so far. The size of our facility, it's about 42 acres, 13 acres of heated space. Our maintenance department covers everything from the foundation repair to roofs, roofing and repairs. And we have we deal with South Village, each house and villa, the kitchen equipment, extermination, pretty much anything inside this building, inside, you name it, that's what our maintenance department is here for. We have Travis, who works in our east and west building over here. Christian, who works in our south village. We have Greg Taylor, who works in the houses, villas, and he also works in the kitchens here. And we have David Britton, who works in our health center. We do have a new addition, John Hawley. He has been over in the South Village with Christian, helping with that, and got some of those work orders taken care of over there. And now he's actually working with Travis over on this side. So if you see John around, he's a new face. He is very likable and will definitely come up and introduce himself to you. So if you see him, please introduce yourself to him. We have Andy, who does our trash and recycling. Yeah, that's all of our technicians there. I'm sure you guys have met at least one of them. Please do not hesitate to grab them. If you guys see something in the halls, make sure that you make it a point to say something to them, whether it's flooring, lighting, anything at all. Please make a note of it. I did get a question today about light bulbs, and I mean, anything at all that you guys have a question with, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I will say we do have a Springmore standard of appliances. So if you are wanting something a little bit outside the realm, we are definitely willing to work with you. But we're going to have to make some type of kind of handshake there so that we can accommodate that for you. Like I said, we do have Springmore standard appliances. So that's kind of gets iffy of if you want a certain chandelier in your house, we would advise you to order it, and we will help install that type of thing. Yeah. So pretty much for our work order cases, anything that is emergent, that's what we're going to handle first. So like a light bulb isn't as emergent as a leaking toilet. So we do get quite a few work orders every Monday. There's probably about at least 30 to 50 that come in. So we are in the beginning of the month very backed up. So if you'll just be patient with us, we will definitely get to you. My contact info is the best way to get a hold of anyone through maintenance. Robin has been sick, so I appreciate you guys working with us through that difficult time. She is planning to be back more full-time. Her treatments have gone well, so that's good. But my office phone number is extension 7052. Please leave me a message on there, and I will definitely get back to you. My email is also a great way to get a hold of me. I'm not always in my office. I'm running around through the halls. So if you email me at Ronald, RONALD, Plesac, PLESAC, at springmore.org. I will more than likely get back to you within about 10 to 15 minutes. I always have that phone on me, and I have my Apple Watch, so it's always buzzing. But please do not hesitate to reach out, again, with anything at all, and we can work together on figuring out what needs to be fixed and maintenance. And that's, again, kind of where I stand with the Springmore standard. So we're maintenance department, right? We want to make sure we're maintaining and keeping the maintenance and everything up to speed before we go knock out a wall or do the bigger projects. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, please do not hesitate with asking any questions on anything that you guys do have. Other than that, we did redact our cabinet building. So if you guys are wanting furniture built by Springmore, we're asking that you have an outside party. We have a vendor that will do that for you, but someone else build it just because the time consumption of building a cabinet doesn't always work good with having 50 work orders. So just be patient with us, but I promise we will get to all your needs there. Other than that, yeah, just a lot of projects, elevator projects going on, phone line projects going on. Yeah, it's a busy department. So if I'm ever in a rush, please do not think that you're pulling me away from anything. I would love to listen and talk to you. So that's about all I have. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I assume you don't want me to run up and say to you something a little trivial something.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be using that portal. We're supposed to be using that portal. Now, if the place is on fire or the toilet's overflowing, yeah, but I don't think you want to leave the door open for everything coming to you and stopping you in the hall.
Yeah, and
That
I mean,
portal is really where we should be asking for most stuff, isn't it?
exactly. Yeah, that portal would be the best. But even entering in portal requests, please do not hesitate with the portal requests, and we can diversify which it can be attended to and not. But yeah, I just know that I'm running around this building so much that I'm not. Oh, not at all. If you see me, I'll pull my phone out. I'll write it down on my notes. I'll make sure I get it down somewhere. But with Robin being out, it's just hard for me to get back to my computer and make sure everything is pushed accordingly. So yeah, no, I do. Thank you for pointing that out, though. Yeah, the portal is the best way. If you're not as fluent with the portal, you can go to the front desk. The front desk will put in work orders for you. If you go to Sarah over in the business office over here, she will also put in work orders for you. But yes, thank you for that. Anyone else? Questions? Yes, ma'am.
I've never been clear on the landscaping is beautiful. Everybody seems to love it, and sometimes things need to be replaced
Yes, ma'am.
because they're dying or something. So who do I call? I call you and tell you.
For landscaping or for?
For landscaping, yeah, because it seems like some of the things are dying off and it doesn't look as pretty as it did when I first came because they're dying off.
I understand. Yep. And
So-
Tom, so anything outside, anything every building related issue, outside building, the exterior wall face, all that stuff, that'll be me. Anything landscaping, grounds, that'll be Mr. Tom over here. So
Yeah,
how do you get a hold of him is what you're kind of asking?
Tell me a little bit more about, I mean, if there's something that I don't like I see a shrub that it's really overgrown, and it doesn't matter what it is. Anyway, can I call you and say, I don't,
7571, explain what it is you're talking about, and I'll come look and see what the issue is.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So if anything maintenance related, if you call Tom's extension 7571, he will be able to help you with that. Your email too, would she be able to send you a picture through email if that's what you prefer also?
okay,
And that'd be tom.morgan@springmore.org.
well, I know you can't drop everything and replace everything I just want to have some sort of guidelines about what I should expect and not expect.
Definitely. Yeah. I think if you just send that along to Tom would be more than willing to work with you and to give you that expectation that you deserve. Yes, ma'am.
You'll be number 301.
I'm just wondering how often the recycle bins are emptied.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
a recycle bin stays full.
Yes, ma'am. Are you east and west? Yeah, east and west. Yeah. That's an ongoing issue. We are looking to also bring on more employees in the maintenance department this year. It's been a busy year, but I do understand, the recycling and trash, that it should be tended to every day, at least every other day if it's not able to get to the next day. But that is something that is on top of our list and needs to be addressed, and will continue to be addressed. So, yes, ma'am.
Since we're handing out compliments, and I'm not sure under which regime, but I have seen a real depletion in the roach population. I know I've heard something about mice. I'm on a third floor, so mice is not a big deal for me, but roaches, yeah. And I don't know what they're doing, but I better knock some wood here. But I want to congratulate it as long as it keeps up.
I agree.
If the thundering herd is on the hall when I get back, then I'll be back to you. But
Right, stampeding, right?
really, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, and I think we did change extermination companies, so we are using a different company. They use completely different treatment, and they are very thorough in what they do. So I do appreciate that, and I will pass that along to them. But it's definitely vouches for just the kind of environment we're wanting here. So yeah, that's good news. Thank you for sharing that.
I have a question about how the work orders that go through the portal are assigned.
Okay.
If I put in a work order through the portal, will the maintenance man assigned to my area be likely to see it, download it, and come do it, which is what I think seems to happen, or does it wait for somebody in an office to read it and assign it to them?
So Robin or I will read it and either find out more details on what exactly it is that needs to be done. But we'll take that work order and then assign it accordingly to which technician is in that area. It has a same day. It has like an emergency option, an immediate option, a same day, next day, and 3 days. So depending on how emergent it is, we'll kind of decide and then throw that to him, letting him know that this needs to be tended to behind this and kind of in an order. But yeah, it goes through us first, and then we give it to the technicians. Yes, ma'am.
We're not doing a very good job as residents either. We need some lessons in how to recycle. We notice a lot of things go in recycle that go in trash, and trash that goes into recycle. So I think we need a little more education in that, or something to make that get a little better.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Yes, yeah, I know. Andy comes to me a lot, and he's very disgruntled sometimes. But I mean, as we know, I mean, things still need to get moving forward. But yeah,
We are trying to schedule another program. We've had some in the past. We do have the rescheduled trip to the recycling plant, but we're going to start with them and see if one of them can come out here and do a program. But that is on our to-do list to have something scheduled here for education.
yep, yep. Go, Carrie.
Coming to you after.
I think that's a great idea, and I certainly agree with you, what you said about things not in the right section of where it should be, recycling or trash. And I think a program is good, but there's nothing you can do about this, but maybe the people that need it won't come to the program. And so there's still going to be probably some problems, but sometimes I just go in there and try to straighten some of the stuff out. But I think the program is very good and important, but it still may not solve all the problems.
Yeah, and us being more attentive to that issue could definitely be another issue coming from that. So I think it's definitely a group effort that we could all just get better at.
Last one, and then we're going to transition to Carissa, but if you think of any things at the end.
Having been involved with cleaning out somebody's apartment that wasn't a relative or any, just get it done because we had a timing issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe you want to consider assigning a big trash barrel, because frankly, we were so frustrated at the end, we were throwing anything and everything in the open trash cans, and I've noticed that happening other areas, that maybe you would talk about having one of those big trash cans, assigned to the apartment that's being cleaned out, if you're aware of it, or
Right.
if that part of the packing out of people, especially if it's an emergency situation.
Right.
So that's something to noodle around with and see if that's something that might help.
Definitely. No, that will definitely help.
We were just throwing Christmas decorations, you name it.
Definitely, yeah, and like I mean, this is my third month here, so I don't know when busier times are, but we'll definitely start getting stuff scheduled out, and yeah, get this, just sorted out a little better. So, good deal, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carissa Thomas. I'm the Director of Housekeeping Services. Director of Housekeeping Services here at Springmore. I've been at Springmore for almost 5 years, come June of 2026, and I've enjoyed my tenure here so far. I know a lot of you and recognize a lot of your faces, and probably have spoken to you on the phone or in the hallway, or probably sent someone to come clean your apartment or house or your carpet or whatever. I'm here. I'm Carissa. We've probably met a couple of times, or at least talked on the phone several times. So I just want to go over just like a brief synopsis of what we do in the Housekeeping Services Department. So it's more than just coming out and cleaning your apartment. We do a vast amount of different things within the Springmore community. So maybe with the clicker's not. There we go. So here's the agenda. So first on the agenda, we're going to do the introduction, meet the team, services that we provide, and communication methods. So, introduction. Here's what we do. We, in the housekeeping department, we provide weekly housekeeping services to independent living residents. We also provide daily housekeeping services to residents residing in the Stewart Health Center. We provide laundry services for the entire community. Examples: personal bed linens and sheet services for independent residents, laundry services for our dining staff, and laundry services for the Stewart Health Center. Please note that we do not wash personal clothing items of any kind. If you do need assistance with washing personal clothing items, you reach out to the social worker or one of the nurses in the health center, and they can provide a care coordinator to come over and to help you, assist you with that. We also provide floor care services such as carpet cleanings and extractions, with the exception of personal area rugs. The reason why I say with the exception of personal area rugs, the area rugs are typically more expensive than we care to pay for if we destroy them. Just being totally honest with you. We do have resources that we can send out to you if you need to have a personal area rug clean. I don't want to have to pay for a $6,000 personal area rug, especially if it came from Italy. It's priceless. It's irreplaceable. I'll probably never, ever, ever be able to find it. So that's the only exception I have as far as carpet cleaning. Everything else, we can take care of. Also, we provide janitorial services for the entire community. So you'll see Mr. Mario or Miss Teresa or Josue, or if you're in South Village, Renard or Alvin or any one of the ladies over there providing janitorial services such as cleaning public spaces, restrooms, dining room areas after you guys have finished eating or setting up for events. We take care of that as well. We also do window treatment services. Most of the time, if a blind or something is broken, we will reach out to our preferred vendor, Walker Draperies. If we get a service request from you guys, it typically comes through a portal or through one of the supervisors or a phone call. I will ask if I can give Walker Draperies your personal information so they can contact you directly to set up a mutually convenient time for you guys to get together to have whatever it is, whatever window treatment is that needs to be addressed, if we can't fix in your house. If it's something as simple as like a drape that came off the track or something like that, or something is misaligned, we can typically come in there and fix it. But if we're fixing blinds, that's not my forte. I don't want to tear it up anymore. I know you need your privacy in your home. I don't want to leave your apartment or house naked. So we'll reach out to Walkers. So let's meet the team. In my mind, I was going to take pictures of everybody's face because I'm a visual person. Everyone didn't send me their pictures, but I'll most definitely be happy to put this information up on the portal. So just in case you see someone, you'll be like, oh, that's Maricela. She's the new deep cleaning coordinator. Or that's Carissa, so you can at least associate a face with the name. That's important to me. That's how I know people, and that's how I recognize people. And I feel that will be important to you guys as well. So I'm Carissa. I just use the acronym as DOHS as Director of Housekeeping Services. My extension is 7129. So if you cannot reach any of the supervisors that are listed below me, please give me a call and I'll reach out to them directly for you. Rafaela is the North Village Supervisor. North Village Supervisor, she handles both the apartments in East and West and also the houses and villas outside. Her extension is 7087. Marta is the supervisor of South Village. Her extension is 6168. She handles both Creedmoor and Valley Building residents. Earl is our Stewart Health Center supervisor. His extension is 7603. He handles all things concerning housekeeping in the Stewart Health Center. Troy, probably don't see him as much or as often as we like, just because he's typically down in the laundry department. Laundry services, so if you're missing a set of sheets or a pillowcase, or maybe think you maybe left something in the bed that housekeepers may have gathered your sheets and sent it down, Troy would be the person to call, or the supervisor of that department. We'll get in contact with Troy. We'll find, if it's there, we'll find it and return it back to you. Maricela is our DCC, our deep cleaning coordinator. Now, Maricela is fairly new, and she came from the health center, so she's been promoted to this new role, so she's still learning Springmore. I'm quite sure, like myself when I got here, she's probably get lost a couple of times. When I first got here, I was lost for the first 4 months. That's just being honest, even with the map. So she and Renard will now take care of our deep cleaning needs and requests if you need it. Communicating your needs and requests. So methods of communication that we ask you to use are written. Well, let me skip over to the other side. So maintaining effective communication with your housekeeper is the best way to have your needs and desires met. Our housekeeping staff have been provided with tools and training to effectively communicate with their residents, you all. We understand that many have strong access with English either being their secondary or tertiary language. Understanding that effective communication is essential, we ask that you help us to overcome this challenge for expressing your needs. Considering just some of the following ways by staying calm, because we all understand that communicating with someone who speaks a different language when their language is not your primary language can be very frustrating and very challenging. Actively listen to each other, both you and them. We ask you guys to actively listen to each other. Pause and reflect, and to maintain eye contact. There's no need to yell or scream or anything. We can all hear just fine, but we understand sometimes we get frustrated and our voices carry, and sometimes that information, that emotion can be misconstrued. So if you don't feel comfortable with speaking to them or don't think that they understand, they do have apps on their phone, translation apps on their phone that can detect either spoken or written language. So if you see your housekeeper with their phone out and they may have said something to the phone and then pointed to you, that means they will want you to speak into the phone so they can effectively communicate with you. We did do a training about this earlier in the year, and we'll probably do another one next year just in case you guys weren't able to make it. But there are many translation apps out there where you can effectively communicate with your housekeeper. Even if you write it down on a piece of paper, that same translation app, they can take their phone and hover over that written communication, and it will translate it into their language. So you don't always have to speak. If you want to say, "Hey, Maria, don't worry about making the bed today. I got it covered." If you just want to write it down on a piece of paper and leave it out for them, they can take their smartphone, hover over that same piece of information, and it will translate it to them in their language. Email. If you're comfortable with sending emails from your phone or your tablet or whatever email communications you want to use, you can email either myself or the housekeeping supervisor of your area. Of course, there are always portal submissions. Portal submissions create work orders, and just like for maintenance and just like for Tom, what happens is when that portal submission comes through, it creates a work order. Either myself or the housekeepers of that area will take a look at it and see what it is, and we'll delegate it to whichever person needs to go to. Face-to-face, if you see us in the hallway, please stop us. Even if it's something small or something big, we'll typically remember we do ask that our preferred method is the portal submission, just so we can have written documentation of it and we can record it and keep a track of when it's been completed, when it was entered, and when it was being completed. That's the preferred method, but if you're not comfortable with that, an email, a telephone call, please just let us know what you need. So final tips and takeaways. Practice makes perfect, so strengthen your multiple uses of communication: phone calls, portal requests, emails, in person, etc. Whatever method of communication you're comfortable with, to make sure that we receive the information, to make sure that we can help you. Just keep in mind that 85% of our housekeeping staff have Spanish as their primary language. Many of them are either bilingual or multilingual. So even though Spanish might be their first, language of origin, they may speak several other different languages. So if you speak French or Greek or Italian or something like that, try it out, because more than likely wherever they come from, multiple languages are probably spoken. And just keep in mind, they're also being provided with the tools to effectively communicate with you. We, as the housekeeping team, are here to provide a service to you. Please do not hesitate to ask, call, reach out, tell us whatever it is that you need and how we can help you. Even if it's something as small as, Carissa, I spilled some juice on the floor and I'm just having a hard time getting it up. Can you please come help? We'll be right there for you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Ms. Alex, how are you?
Is deep cleaning still on a rotational
It
basis?
is still in
Okay,
rotation.
and
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
what-
So right now she's operating in South Village. So we usually throughout the year, we usually go around the community. So in the winter and fall time, in the fall and winter time, she's usually operating in South Village. Then she'll move out to the houses and villas and then come back around to North Village. However, if you need something like now, or you want to have a request now, and she can fit you into the schedule, please do not hesitate to call her. She'll get you on the schedule somehow or another. So it's not like she's just stuck in South Village. She can travel around the community.
Roughly a year and a half between deep cleanings, or do you have any?
Between a year and a half.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
I have a question about the window coverings. I have the double glass doors, which are the main windows in my apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
And they're covered with nice draperies that have been there for the 7 years I've lived there, and they
Okay.
haven't been cleaned.
So
And-
it's probably time to get
And I
them
feel like
moving.
they're very dusty, but I don't know what I can do about it. And if when they did the deep cleaning a couple of years back, I tried very hard to get them to replace them or, do something. But if they take them down to send them to the cleaners, I've got glass there for however long they're gone.
Right.
There's nothing to cover it.
So in instances like that, what I would do is just have Walker's draperies to come out and to replace them. Typically, drapes that are always constantly facing the sun. The backings tend to wear thin, and so if we were to take them and have them like professionally cleaned, and they would go to a dry cleaners and they use their dry cleaning tools, whatever it is, typically the back starts to shred, which makes that barrier. It doesn't give you that privacy anymore. So typically what I would do is call Walkers out to replace them. Thank you for mentioning it to me. I'll get Walkers out here. I know they're on vacation this week, but I'll get them out here as soon as possible for you to replace your drapes. Yes, ma'am.
I haven't had a deep cleaning yet, so what do I need to do to prepare for that?
So we can call Maricela, or if you'll just shoot me an email. If you'll just send me an email or give me a call and I'll leave a message on my phone, I can get in contact with Maricela to get in contact with you so you guys can schedule a mutually convenient date to have these cleaning done.
What kind of preparation do I need to do?
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's just like, so what deep cleaning does is the cleaning that's typically not done on a regular basis, like high dusting of crown moldings, your drapes and blinds, your windows, baseboards, things like that, vacuuming behind the couches and chairs, vacuuming from under the bed. So anything that can be bumped or accidentally knocked over, we just ask you to put that in a safe place. So, because we will be pulling out furniture, we will be pulling out the stove and refrigerator. So if you have stuff on top of the refrigerator that you know could possibly tip over, we just ask you to move that and put it in a safe place. Yes.
Okay, does that mean things like on shelves also, or?
If you want the shelves cleaned behind, or if you want the shelves cleaned.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Anyone else?
Well, again, if you can't think of a questionnaire, you think of something later, my extension is 7129. My email address is carissa.thomas@springmore.org. Please feel free to call me, email me, or send me a portal request. We'll get back with you momentarily. Thank you guys and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you all. And remember, next year, Brad's excited about, we'll continue kind of this method of communication with department managers being in front of you all. There will be a town hall once a month with different departments. So it gives you that opportunity. Of course, you can always reach out to department managers any other time, but it's just a nice forum for people to ask questions. You might have the same question as another person and get ideas or feedback. So please pay attention to that in your pathways and have a wonderful day. Thank you.